Hey guys, this is gonna be a guide as to how to play the character Marcus with her newly introduced Euphoria update. It is very simple. The first thing that you have to know is that you have to play Marcus together with characters from the Plant, Spirit and or Intelligence affiliates, because otherwise this entire character won't function. The best team currently available for Marcus, the best teammates that she has, are Hisabeth, Mercuria and Via. Now, what this character is all about, it is all about her accumulating stacks of life experience. In order for you to accumulate these stacks of life experience, you need to use rank up incantations with your allies. So rank 2 or rank 3 incantations with your allies. Whenever you use one of those, you accumulate stacks of life experience. You accumulate 1 stack by using a rank 2 incantation, and you accumulate 2 stacks by using an incantation on rank number 3. And this is what you always wanna do when it comes to your rotation. You always want to use your upgraded incantations with your allies first, so that you accumulate these stacks of life experience and then have Marcus consume these stacks by using her own incantations to deal increased damage. And that is already pretty much the entire character, if I'm being honest. Now you of course have to know what incantations deal the most amount of damage when it comes to Marcus, and the rotation goes that you use this incantation right here called From the Lantern. It is of course always rank 2 or rank 3, so it will always afflict a stack of weakness. Then you use your other incantation, which is called Reading Class, to deal the most amount of damage that you possibly can. Now you have to be a little bit careful with that, because first you have to use the incantation that applies the stack of weakness. That is always the first thing you do. Now you have to use 2 incantations with your allies, not with Marcus, that accumulate stacks of pages lift of this life experience. But excuse me, like, it is absolutely ridiculous that even the official translations are extremely inconsistent. If you look right here on this Euphoria update that is on the official website that Bluepoch put in there themselves, these stacks are called pages lift. Now if you play this character in game, these stacks are all of a sudden called life experience. Extremely fucking annoying dog shit that they put out again. Like, I always talk very highly about these developers, but like with this Assassin's Creed collaboration, it is really annoying. Like, on multiple different things, but it doesn't matter, right? Whatever this is called, we call this now stacks of life experience, I guess. And so again, first you use the debuff incantation with Marcus to apply weakness, then you use 2 ranked up incantation with her allies to accumulate the needed stacks of life experience, and then you use Marcus' incantation called Reading Class to then deal the most amount of damage that you possibly can, and this will consume 2 stacks of life experience, and those stacks have to be accumulated first. So either you use 2 rank 2 incantations with your allies, or 1 incantation on rank 1 with one of your allies. So both of these scenarios are possible, but even if you use 1 incantation on rank 3, I would still recommend you to use another incantation with your allies that is rank 2, so that you always accumulate as many stacks of life experience as you possibly can before you use the incantation that actually deals damage, which is called Reading Class. There you go. Now you of course every single turn you want to use your melody to upgrade one of your incantations with one of your allies, never the ones with Marcus, because Marcus will take care of ranking up her own incantations just fine. Another thing that you can do, because you also consume stacks of life experience and your Eureka actually, to accumulate these precast incantations that you can see right here on the left hand side in your hand. These are very well used, for example, to upgrade Marcus's incantations even further. It is actually worth the AP that it costs. And then again, now that we only have 3 AP left, this is a little bit of mid-maxing going on here, but yeah, let's talk about it. Now you can see I have only 3 AP left, quote unquote, only, right? So either I use 1 incantation on rank 3 after applying the stack of weakness, and then cast Reading Class, because this 1 incantation on level 3 would grant me 2 stacks of Pages Lift. But you can see that I have 1 stack of life experience. Excuse me, I just called it Pages Lift. But yeah, that is the bullshit that we have to deal with, and nothing I can do against that. So life experience, you can see I have already 1 stack. So I would only need to use a rank 2 incantation with one of my allies to then have 2 pages, then I have 2 stacks of life experience to be consumed with my incantation Reading Class. So apply weakness, use a rank 2 incantation with one of your allies, boom, Reading Class on rank 3. That is the most amount of damage that you can possibly deal with Marcus. Now this is a tiny little bit different. The rotation here is a tiny little bit different when Marcus unlocks her ultimate, which we will talk about in just a second. There we have it. So now that we have our ultimate unlocked, we always want to make sure that in our rotation we use our ultimate, so that this ultimate consumes the 2 pages of life experience, the 2 stacks of life experience. We have to take good care of that. Now we can see we have 2 stacks of life experience already. Alright, what have we just figured out? We use our melody to upgrade one of our allies' incantation. Now we would use our precast incantations to upgrade Marcus's actual incantations, but in this very specific case that is not possible. Okay, now we have 2 stacks. So we could now either poison first and then use our ultimate. What we have to take care of here right now is that we don't use our weakness debuff incantation, so that this incantation is not the one that consumes the 2 pages, the 2 stacks, excuse me again, of life experience that we have. So what we're gonna do is we use our ultimate first. Boom. Now we want to use an incantation that is rank 2 or 3, preferably 2. So we're gonna accomplish that. The way we're gonna accomplish that is that way. Here, now we have 2 incantations on rank 2 with Marcus's allies. We use those. Those will now give us 2 stacks of life experience again, and then how we're gonna deal the most amount of damage with Marcus as possible is by using her incantation Reading Class, because now let me explain it again, right? The 2 stacks of life experience that we have right now will be consumed by our ultimate. Now we have to accumulate 2 more stacks of life experience so that it can be consumed by our incantation Reading Class. Why? Because that is the incantation that deals the most amount of damage. In order for us to do that, we have to use 2 incantations with our allies that are either rank 2 or even rank 3 if possible. So we're gonna do that, and that is how our rotation will always look. And there you go. Let's talk about psychubes for Marcus as well real quick. Of course, her signature psycube called Another Story is by far the best. It gives you ultimate might, and after you cast a rank 2 or 3 incantation, which you will always do, you stack up damage dealt by a huge amount of percentage. Additionally, when the carrier consumes 2 or more Eureka within a round, which you will always do, you gain incantation might plus a huge amount of percentage again until the end of the round. So this is by far the best psycube, and a very, very recommended one. Now another psycube that I also would recommend is Brave New World. The point is though that you can see Another Story, her signature psycube, and Brave New World, they are both in the shop, and they both cost exactly the same amount of currency. So always go for Another Story. If you don't have currency to buy another story, but you already own Brave New World, then you can feel free to use this as well. Gives you ultimate might and incantation might after you use the ultimate. So yeah, those two psychubes are the best. If you somehow can, get another story. If you really can't, get Brave New World. And that's gonna be about that. That is my guide about how to play the new character, Marcus, and there you go. I hope that video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel, I would really appreciate that. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server, link to that is in the description of this video. Have a great day, take care of yourselves, and we love this game.